and mythics, how are we all? Yes, it is another Wednesday at 7 PM UK time. A couple of minutes late, sorry about that. My name is Ken Boyter, and I am your host for You Decide. And that is the live stream that we do every Wednesday on Twitch, on the Edra Tales Twitch channel, where we play through a game book. Yes, and we're starting a new game book. We are starting Sorcery, and that is book one of a four-book trilogy by Steve Jackson of the Fighting Fantasy fame. This is Grockle Snook, but you probably know that because he is the Bottled Imp. Or, anyway, he's the imp from the Bottled Imp. I co-created and hosted the Bottled Imp YouTube channel, so check that out if you want over 450 episodes of fantasy goodness. Talisman features heavily, so you might want to check that out. Good evening, Glenn. How are you, sir? Yes, fancy board game reviews, fancy film reviews, and fancy book reviews. Go check that out. But if you do miss any of the Edra Tales Twitch streams, then you can go to the Edra Tales YouTube channel because we've got one of those as well, and you can catch up there. Good evening, Jonathan. How are you, sir? How are you? Hopefully all is well. I've just realised I've forgotten a very important piece of equipment when playing the playthroughs, and that is, of course, the pun bell. The pun bell. Yes, any puns will be greeted with the noise of a bell. Good evening, Spelsing. How are you? Freaking sorcery time, people. Absolutely freaking source time. Source. I've been on the source. Hey, it's going well so far. Hello there, Lee Rin. Hello, hello, hello. Or good morning. It's good morning, isn't it, to you? And so the epic begins. The epic does begin. The epic does begin. Now, as far as my memory can take me, I think I've only played book one. There's 4 in the series, I think, isn't there, of these sorceries. Talking of sauce, I need to crack open a cold one now. Crack it open now. I haven't got any booze, which is a bit of a shame. And that's primarily because straight after, I do have to go to a murder mystery rehearsal. Well, it's online, but so this is going to be a shortened version. So I do apologise for that. So we do need to finish about 5 to 8. So if people could keep an eye out for that. So we'll start pretty much soon, straight away. Good evening, Julian. How are you? You have arrived. Are you being saucy? Of course we're being saucy. What else do you expect? It's 3 AM. Oh, my God. You are an amazing person, Lirin, for getting up this early or staying up this late. Julian has a proper job this evening. Do you have a is that to keep... Yeah, oh, yes. Get on with it, man. I know, exactly. I know. We've not got a lot of time. Just time to roll up characters. And I know, I thought that. It's just the way it's fallen. It's because I'm doing a private murder mystery on Friday rather than Saturday. So they sort of... The only day that everyone could really do the rehearsal was tonight. And then I suddenly realised, oh, I didn't write that in the diary. So I didn't know. And then I kind of forgot. And then I was like, oh, no. And then I thought maybe we could start earlier, but I don't know if people would have done. Anyway, as in St. Austrial proper job. I still don't know what that means. Slept for 5 hours beforehand. Thank goodness. Ah, nice. So did I, Lirin. Well, I had a cheeky hour. John may know of them along with not the greatest beer in the world. It's just a tribute. Okay, that's sort of coded beer talk, coded booze talk. Anyway, yeah, let's crack on then with Sorcery. I did do what you suggested, Julian, but unfortunately I read it tonight. So, Sorcery, a lot of you people know about Sorcery. I think I've only played book 1, and I don't think I ever got any further than that. I might have got into book 2, but I can't really remember. I also remember doing a playthrough, but not all of it, but a playthrough for the Bottled Imp of the video games. So there are video games out there that you can play. Lee is here. Hello, Lee. Sorcery is a great play. Haven't played it in 30 years. Oh, wow. Okay, so hopefully you won't remember too much. Hopefully you won't remember too much. One thing I do remember, should I spoil it? I do remember we meet an imp. We do meet an imp. So the books, did books 1 to 3 back in 1985. Is it a trilogy? I thought there was 4 books, but maybe not. Or maybe I've got that wrong. It gets progressively better. Ah, fantastic. Haven't touched them since, but I could find my original adventure sheet. Yeah, I wish I could find my... There are 4. Yeah, I never did 4. Okay, the Sorcery Quartet is a quartet, 4 books. Okay, fantastic. Right then, well, as you all know, or if you can remember, you do get to decide. So this is where it's a slight departure, or quite a big departure, really, from the original Fighting Fantasies. So this was probably... Well, oh, it's got number 9. So it's, God, was it as early as that? So this is book 9, I think, in the Fighting Fantasy series. I'm sure Jonathan and Julian, and, well, you all probably know better than me. So I played 4 at Christmas in Marks and Spencer's, did you? That's fantastic. Brilliant. Yeah, Marks and Spencer's don't publish game books, but if they did, in about 1985. Oh, brilliant, years ago. Right, 4 is great, a true masterpiece. No, that's the Wizard number exists. Yeah, I did wonder that, because it wasn't as early as that, was it? Because it is quite a radical change from the original, and sort of was its own self-contained series. Yeah, I thought that, but they'd had a number of Fighting Fantasy books out already, hadn't they? As far as I'm aware. Anyway, let's crack on. So, as you probably know, it was never numbered as... Oh, I see. But there's probably about 15 Fighting Fantasy books out already, was there? Since then, they've always been published as part of the main line. Yes, quite right too. Quite right. So, you can decide, this is your first decision, do we want to play as a warrior, which is the normal Fighting Fantasy rules, or do we want to play as the wizard? Now, the wizard, you do get a spell book at the back, and I do remember that you have to remember what the spells do. So you're meant to read all the spells and then remember what they do. So I've kind of ballsed up. Wizard, of course. I know, we have to play the wizard. It's very stiff, weird monsters encounters. Yeah, I remember it being really cool when I played it. Warrior of the Wasteland, or Wizards of Nod. Exactly. What do you want to do then? Wizards, we do have spellbooks. So I did think that we could, if being the wizard, we could just have the spells. I know it says you can't carry the book with us. Well, how should we do this? Let me know this, because we're meant to remember what the spells are. So I wish I'd sort of read this earlier, and then I could have put the spells up into Edra Tales Facebook group, and then you guys could remember the spells, and then we could play it a bit more legitimately. Wizard every time, says Spellsync. Wizard, or we miss out on what makes this series special. Yeah, thought it didn't matter what you played, still had the spells. No, the warrior, you don't get the spells because it's meant to be like the simple version. This is the no place for Conan. Yeah. I'll keep a note of the spells. Cheat. I expect some players will already have memorised them all. Yeah, exactly. Well, I do remember looking at the spell very quickly. Yeah, they sort of fight. There's like 6, they say. Yeah, why don't you memorise these first? I suppose it was the dry run. Yeah, true. I keep a note of the spells for us. Okay, Julian, I'll grab my copy and play along. Oh, okay. So Julian could be the spell master then. Because it does say, do you want to cast... And then it gives you like a choice of spells to cast. But it doesn't tell you what they are. So you're meant to sort of know what they are, which is very in keeping with the wizard, because you're meant to learn spells. Crom... Does it tell us when we can use a spell? Yeah, it will do. It will do. So, for example, it says, you may try either breaking the door down or cast a spell. And then it just says, huff, how, goop, dupe, dom. And it just gives you 3 letters of that spell, which is like sort of the code for the spell. And then, in the spellbook, it tells you what it does. But when you get to choose, it doesn't. So, unless you know it, you don't know it. Hey, which I think is a very clever system. Weren't they all 3 letters? Yeah, they're just 3-letter spells. So dum, dop, raz, big, wok, Suze. Big Suze from Peep Show. So okay, so we're going to go as a wizard then. Let's roll the stats then quickly, because I do want to get some gameplay in tonight. So we are going to roll for the stats. Now, as we're a wizard, we do roll slightly differently for the stats. I think we just add a 4 to stuff. So if you're playing the warrior, if you're playing the wizard, roll a d6. So for skill, we're going to roll 1d6 and then add 4 to the number. Okay, because wizards aren't as good as attacking. We will use one of Jam. Where is Jam? Where's Jam? Where's Martha? Where's Glenn? Still here, hopefully. Where is everybody? Where's the other people? Come on. Where's Jam? So we'll roll for the skill. Haha, this is a way. Yeah, Glenn is here. Glenn is here. Good stuff. Right, so here we go. We're going to roll. We need a 6. Jams, roll high. Okay, so we rolled a 3, plus we get a 4. So we're on 7 skill. Okay, that kind of makes sense because we are a wizard. So the initial starting skill is 7. Okay, stamina. I think we both get the normal stamina. My, oh my. Ha ha, that away. Ha ha, this away. Lucky 7, exactly. Does our wizard have baggy sleeves, though? It has wizard sleeves. Right, keep it clean. So, yeah, let's just double check. With the stamina, you roll 2, don't you? And add 12. Roll 2 and add 12. Here we go, then. We need a lot of stamina. Oh, that's 7. That's the average rolling with 2, isn't it? So we'll add 12. So that's 12. It's 19. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, and luck, we just roll 1 as far as I know. Let's just double check that. Yeah, oh no, hang on. Yeah, you roll 1 die and add 6 to it. Come on, let's get a 6. Let's get a 6. Ooh, 5. That's pretty good. So we nearly got maximum luck. Luck, remember, when we use luck, whether we're successful or not, we lose a point every time. Lee's put here, I think Steve based it vaguely on a trip to Thailand. Yes, so it's odd sort of atmosphere. There's a bit of Eastern Asia meets Western fantasy. Yeah, absolutely, Lee. Yeah, because I did read the little setting about it. 19 is still good. 19 is very good for stamina, so that's good. So I think we're not too bad with the stats. Skill could have been a bit higher, yet we are a wizard, so we have spells. So we should be okay. We should be fine. We do get 2 provisions. I did note that down. And in this game book, in this series, Sorcery, it says it will tell you when you're going to eat. So I don't think you can just eat whenever you like. It tells you when you eat. I might be wrong, but that's what I read earlier this evening. Yeah, you start with nothing for 2 meals. You may rest and eat only when allowed by instructions. You may only eat 1 meal at a time. Add points to your stamina score as instructed. So it might be different time we eat. So we are going to use the spell book. Using spells, just to let you know, comes at a cost. Nothing is free, my dears. It costs stamina, so it's good that we've got a lot of stamina. So, for example, Nif costs 1 stamina. Zap costs 2 stamina. There are some more heavier ones that cost 4 stamina. I did see one that costs 4 stamina. So 1 stamina, 1 stamina, 7 stamina. Z is 7 stamina. So it does come at a zap is 4 stamina. So we have to be careful, okay? You start off by going beyond the wall into the shop, into the steep. Then the desert, mountain jungles. Oh, it's all good stuff. 20 gold pieces. Oh, is it 20 gold pieces? Thank you. 20 gold pieces then, 20. And 2 meals, and we must be mindful to eat and sleep at least once a day or pay for it dearly. Well, it looks like we can only eat when instructed. That's what I've just read out. So I think... But have we got 20 gold pieces? I don't know if you've just made that up, Lee. Are you absolutely sure we've got 20 gold pieces? We do also have the ability once in the whole adventure, the whole game book, where we can call upon Libra, the goddess of justice. That's our goddess. During your adventure, you'll be watched over by your own goddess, Libra. If your going gets tough, you may call for her aid, but she will only help once in the adventure. Once you've called on her help in Shamutanti Hills, she will not listen to you again until you reach Kaha. There are 3 ways she may help you. Revitalization, which you can call upon at any time. We can just do this. We don't have to wait for the instructions. to restore all our skill, all our stamina, and all our luck. Scores back to their initial value, but only once. Escape. Occasionally, when you're in danger, the text will offer you the option of calling on Libra to help you. So there might be a chance where, you know, if it's the fan, then we can call upon her when instructed. But removal of curses and diseases. She'll remove any curses and diseases you may pick up on your adventure. This is not given as an option in the text. You may do this if and when you wish, but only once in each adventure. So again, we can just do it if we're too diseased and cursed. We can actually get rid of all of the things like that. Lee says, yes, it's worth doing the series. It's very combative, but they do get longer, I think. Oh, absolutely, we'll do the series. Yes. Well, we did Lone Wolf, didn't we? Do you remember? We did the 5 books of Lone Wolf. So here we are. Let's crack on. The legend of the Crown of Kings. Centuries ago, in the time we now call the Dark Ages, whole regions of the world were undiscovered. There were pockets of civilization, each with their own races and cultures. One such region was Kakhabad. Kakhabad? Is that how you pronounce it? Kakhabad, a dark land at the end of the earth. Although several warlords have tried, Kakhabad had never been ruled. All manner of evil creatures forced from more civilized lands beyond the Zanzibar, beyond the Zanzanu peaks had gradually crawled into Kakhabad, which became known as the Vermin Pit at Earth End. So basically, it's an unruly land. Civilization had order and spread through the rest of the known world ever since the discovery of the Crown of Kings by Shalana, the reformer of Fremfrey. Where does he get these names from? With its help, Shalana became emperor of the largest empire in the Eastern world. This magical crown had mysterious powers, bestowing supernormal qualities of leadership and justice on its owner. But Shalana's own ambitions were not of conquest. He wished instead to establish peaceful nation-states aligned to Fremfrey. This, in his wisdom, had passed the fabled crown from ruler to ruler in the neighbouring kingdoms, and with the help of his magical powers, one by one these lands became peaceful and prosperous. For once, I think there's no right pronunciation. Yes, cashback. Thanks for that, Lee. Do not use Libra's aid until the final. We need her help for the redacted. Yeah, for new players coming. Yeah, exactly. Use her wisely. Use her gifts wisely. The path was set. Each ruler would own the crown of kings for a 4-year period in which to establish order within his kingdom and fall in with the growing Fremfrey alliance. So far, the kingdoms of Ruddlestone, Lendelland, Galantria, and Bryce had taken their turns under the rule of the crown. The benefits were immediate. War and strife were virtually unknown. The king of Analand duly received the crown of kings amid great ceremony, and from that day onwards the development of Analand was ensured. No one quite knew how the crown of kings could have such an enormous uplifting effect on the whole nation. Good godness, that's some names there, absolutely. They love it. They love a good fantasy name. No one quite knew how the Crown of Kings could have such an enormous uplifting effect on the whole of a nation. Some said it was divinely inspired. Some say that its power was merely in the mind. But one thing was certain, its effect was unquestionable. All was well in Analand until the night of the Black Moon. The king was the first to discover that the crown was missing, carried off that starless night by birdmen from Axamen. The crown was on its way to Mampang in the outlawed territories of Kakhabad. News came from the backlands that the crown was being carried to the Archmage of Mampang, whose ambitions were to make Kakhabad his kingdom. Keeping up? Although Kakaband was a dangerous land, it was in itself little threat to the surrounding kingdoms. The lack of rule meant it had no army, and its own internal struggles kept it permanently preoccupied. But with the crown of kings to establish rule, Kakaband could potentially be a deadly enemy to all members of the Front Free Alliance. Such was the shame that fell on Analand, that for the loss of the crown that all benefits from 2 years under its rule soon disappeared. Law, order, and morale were breaking down. The king was losing confidence of his subjects. Neighbouring territories were looking suspiciously across their borders. There were even whisperings of invasions. One hope remained. Someone, for a military force would never survive the journey, must travel to Mampang and rescue the crown of kings. Only on its safe return would the dreadful curse be lifted from Analand. You have volunteered yourself for this quest, and your mission is clear. You must cross Kakaband to the Mangpan fortress and find the crown. Whew. No pressure then. There's the crown being lifted away by birdmen. Sounds very Robert E. Howard, author of Conan, and its ancient, sophisticated yet savage naming theme. Yeah, absolutely. Julian's put it, so it's based on Thai and Indonesian place names. Oh, okay. So I have no clue, but yes, they do sound. You were right. It's kind of a mixture of Asian and Western. Lee put, never quite understood why the lands you come are named like Tolkien rustic and called things like Grovelly Woods. Grovelly or Grovely? And everything else called things like Zophapang. Yes, it's just a mixture. I guess the real reason was Steve was on holiday in Thailand and he thought, oh, that sounds quite fantasy-esque. Why don't I write that? So yeah, that's probably the real reason, rather than any sort of fantasy reason. So there we go. We've got to go and get the Crown of Kings. There is a map. I will be better, and I will put stuff onto the Facebook, to the Edra Tales Facebook group, so you guys can actually look at stuff if you so desire. Yeah, after a few woo-woos, Jing sings. No doubt, absolutely. Okay, entry number 1. Oh, look at that. Let's write all this down then. Part 1. Book 1. Part 1. Entry 1. Forgot what I was going to say there. Oh, we've got an illustration already. Look at the illustrations. Oh, I love these. Yeah. Brings back so many happy memories. Who are they? I was just checking the illustrations. They are illustrations by John Blanche. John Blanche. You awake at sunrise. After dressing, you breakfast on bread and goat's milk and collect your belongings. Outside, the outpost settlement is stirring. The women folk emerge to wash and prepare their meals as the day's guards take over. Decided. In the themes of the next year, I will pick up the Teach Yourself Thai course this month. Oh, there you go. Impressive. Eyes follow you as you leave your hut and walk towards the Shamutanti wall. The frontiers people are well aware of your mission, and a small crowd of well-wishers follows you some distance behind you. Before you stands the Kantapani Gate, guarded constantly by Sightmaster warriors, chosen for their powers of telescopic vision. The gate is the final doorway between Analand and Kakaband. Once more, you check your pack. Satisfied with your preparation are complete, you nod to the Sightmaster Sergeant. For the last time, he glances at the lookout atop the gate, who signals the all clear. The sergeant orders the bolt to be withdrawn. A doorway opens up in front of you, and you get your first view of the Shamutanti foothills, the first stages of your journey. The Sightmaster Sergeant strides over and grasps your hand. I will not wish you a safe journey, for the way ahead will not be safe. Kakaband is a treacherous land inhabited by devils, but this you already know. Hang on, what's this? Julian's put his 6 most useful spells. Oh, okay, there you go. Nice one, Julian. If you guys can keep an eye on the spells then. All of this was originally separate from FF because it was longer and harder. I guess it was published adjacent. Yeah, I think FF was Puffin, Sorcerer's Penguin. That is absolutely correct. I did read that. It was Penguin initially. Take the path ahead. Take the path ahead to Cantopani, a small settlement of traders, although most are rogues and thieves, which you should reach within the hour. From Katapani towards there are 3 routes through Britatana to Kea, a city port on the Jabi River. From Kaya you must cross the backlands, which are unknown. It is said the day and night in the backlands are controlled not by the sun, but by the supernatural forces. And bear in mind also that from Kea onwards your progress will be watched. Jonathan's put it, longer and harder sounds like a film. Or Modern Toss. Anybody know Modern Toss? Yes. So, we're on our way. His warnings do little to inspire confidence in you. He continues, but I have observed your training and you're indeed a worthy champion. I wish you luck and success with your quest. My thoughts and good wishes of all the peoples of Analand will be with you. With Libra on your side, you may live to lift the curse and depression which rack our kingdom. Backlands, yes, that's it. I obviously can't pronounce that. don't even try to help. It's not going to happen. I'm just make it up. You shake his hand, thank him for his good wishes, and step up to the gate. Resolutely, you pass through the doorway. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that rest with you and with the success of your quest. With a wave, you turn and face the hills. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the hills in colours of natural beauty, which conceal the devilry ahead. Setting off determinedly, you follow the path. Your quest has begun. Oh, look at that. Turn to 178. Glenn's, but are we supposed to know all the names of the region's land? I hardly know what the country my neighbour. Yes. I'm not sure. Just try to remember. He did give us a bit of advice that we need to go to... I've already forgotten. To Cantopani. Cantopani. Maybe you should write that down. Cantopani. I'm going to write that down. Cantopani. Okay. Right now, I only know one word of Thai. I picked up at Bangkok Airport while the plane on my first ever trip to London refueled in 2013. Thank you, or Ko Kam Pak. Ko Kam Pak. There we go. Lovely. 178. The path winds through fields of scrubland. The countryside is deserted, and an eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of occasional crow. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass, and you feel uneasy in their presence. You pass over a small hillock, from the top of which you can see the path continuing downwards into a small settlement of huts at the base of the Shamutanti Hills. You follow the path, and, as you approach the village, noises and movements indicate that it is populated. As the path runs straight through the village, you have little choice but to follow it. The round huts are made from hard-baked bright clay with thatched roofs. As you pass, eyes appear at dark doorways, watching your movements. Suddenly, a villager appears from one of the dwellings and stands before you. He is 5 feet tall, with thick-set arms and thighs half-coloured in tattered breeches. His eyes are wild, and his long red hair and beard stand out on his face in a wiry tangle. "Halt, stranger," he commands. "What business have you in Cantoponi?" Oh, we're here already. Okay, that didn't go far. "What is your response? It's your first decision." You meant to have the map. Yeah. Right now, I only know one way. Oh, yeah, I've read that. We know we're in the foothills. Hello, everybody. Hello, Sally. New book, yes. Sorcery. We are a wizard, Sally. We have spells. Ooh, get us with our spell book. Which hopefully will put to good use. Teleport. Exactly. T-E-L-E. So what's your response then to this very massively tall person? Do you want to tell him that you are a trader? Type trader. Do you want to ask for directions? Onwards. Ask directions. Type directions. Tell him you are hungry and need provisions. What would you like to do? Say that you're a trader. Type trader. Ask for directions. Type directions. Or tell him you're hungry and you need provisions. Type hungry. Tell him we're here to trade. Good evening, Sally. We're not going to trade Sally. It's a bit in the dark age. I know it is the dark ages. Okay, we've got one for each. Can you create a folder on Facebook Doc? Or do you just upload them as files? What I tend to do is I put them as photos. I create an album. So in the media section, I create an album, and then I put the photos in there. I create a separate book album. This is one aspect I always liked. The environment shifts. So this is the hills, then book to the city, desert, and mountain. Yeah, it's very clever. It's very clever. Without spell components, we are as good as naked out there. I got PDFs of map and spellbook. Oh, have you? Do you want to email me them over, Julian? That'd be great. So what would you like to do then? It looks like we're tied. Oh, hang on, I've lost the chat. I've lost the chat, no worries. Thank you, Julian, appreciate that. Because I was going to scan it all in, but I just didn't get time. So, what have we put? Sally wants hungry. Glenn would like to show the map. And then someone else put that they want traffic. Glenn wanted... Oh, yeah, no. So, what are we doing then? What are we doing? Showing the map, hungry. Oh, and yeah, and Lirin wanted trade. Trade, or it's no different from playing a very weak warrior. Oh, that's true. So, we need the dice to decide, do we? Or is anyone else going to vote? What are the choices again? The choices were, you can say that we are a trader, that you're a trader, type trader. You can ask for directions, type directions. Or you can tell them you're hungry and we need provisions, type hungry. Julian's put provisions. Can't vote again, Glenn. I know your little tricks. We only have skill 7. We do only have skill 7. Where's the nearest Mackie D's? Exactly. Ye old Mackie D's. So it looks like get provisions has got 2. We have no spell components. Don't we? Do we have to get them? I'll have to read the spells. Provisions. Okay, we're going to go for provisions. The mob has spoken. I mean, you lovely viewers and friends have spoken. We're going to hungry. We're going to ask for some provisions. 198. He motions on ahead, telling you that you'll find the village inn shortly on the right. Cashback. Everyone likes going to the pub. By choosing this option, you will now discover one of the rules of the game, which you will otherwise only discover by trial and error. The adventure is divided into days. Oh, this is clever. And each day you will need to eat one meal. Ah, Lirin, you were right. How could I ever doubt you? And each day you need to eat one meal, otherwise you will lose stamina points due to undernourishment. Options will be given either to eat provision for your backpack or buy food at local inns during the day. If you go for a day without food, you will suffer. When night comes, you'll be given the option to sleep or continue through the night. Likewise, if you miss a night's sleep, you'll also lose stamina points and you'll be tired the next day. Although taking a night's rest will usually replenish your stamina, but you will have to choose your times to eat and sleep carefully, as sometimes it's seemingly safe place to rest and eat may hold hidden dangers. So it says you walk on ahead as the villager indicated. Whew. So we have to eat and sleep once a day by the looks of it, but we'll get the choice of when to do it. Nice bit of intel there. Oh, it's a good start. It's a good choice. The inn offers hot meals for sale, and if you wish to stop and eat, the charge will be 1 gold piece. Bread and goat's cheese. Oh, that's lovely. We have had breakfast. Is this still the same day? Bread and goat's cheese are also available if you wish to buy food and to take with you. And the price of 2 meals worth are 2 gold pieces. If you wish to sit down and eat, type sit down. If you wish to buy provisions, do so and pay the 2 gold pieces. Or if you wish to continue without any provisions. So, would you like to sit down and eat? Then we pay 1 gold piece, type sit down. If you want to buy provisions, type buy, and then we'll work out how many we're going to take. It's 2 meals for 2 gold. Or you can just type no if you don't want to do anything. What do you want to do? Yeah, hidden dangers like being eaten by krakens. Probably, knowing our track record of getting on boats. Email is on my way to me. Thank you very much, Julian. I'll sort that out for next week. Spellbook and 2 maps. The old school and the new colour one. Ooh, very cheeky. Glenn thinks we're at the stock market. Sell, buy, no, buy, sell. Yeah, bye-bye. What? No, I meant goodbye, bye-bye. Oh, right, we run out of sand. So it looks like we're going to buy, which I think probably is the right decision. Now, I don't recall that we start with 20 gold. However, Lee Rin has suggested that we have, so who am I to argue? So, how many would you like to buy? How many would you like to buy? Oh, it doesn't say what you do after that. Oh no, then we continue. Right. So, how many would you like to buy? It is 2 meals is worth 2 golds. So, how many meals would you like to buy? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Like, how many meals do you want to buy? But henceforth, we trade whenever we can, or we'll burn through stamina like Bitcoin with expensive commodant-free spells. Yes, we do need stamina. You're absolutely right, Lirin. I can confirm the book says we started. Oh, does it? Oh, I obviously must have missed that. Nicely done. Thank you. So, what would you like to do? How many meals? 2 gold gets us 2 meals. So, and we've got 20 gold. So type a number down. How many? See if there's we can buy provisions and then possibly also eat if needs be. I guess so. 2 meals it is then. Oh, do we want to just buy 2? I'd say maybe buy a few more, but does anyone else have an opinion on this? Or should we go with Lirin's 2 meals? We've already got 2 meals. Sally's also going for 2. It doesn't say we can't. I'd buy 4. Yeah, it doesn't say we can't. It just says... Oh, no. You're right, Julian. No, Lirin, if you wish to... Yeah, no, you're right. I'm making up. If you wish to buy provisions, do so and pay the 2 gold pieces. No, you're right. See, I was cheating. So we can only buy 2. Otherwise, yeah, that would be a bit OP, wouldn't it? Be a bit powerful. So we're down to 18. Sorry, my bad. We are down to 18 gold, but we have 4 provisions, which I think Lirin's absolutely right. Remember, we're wizard. Casting spells cost us stamina. We're on 19 stamina. If we don't eat, we'll be losing stamina. If we don't sleep, we'll be losing stamina. We don't really want to lose stamina. We need to buy spell components and information. So, there's no point in eating now. Oh, no. Does it count that we had breakfast? Is this a new day? Does it tell us when it's a new day? I'm not quite sure. Let's go back to 198. Yeah, I don't think it... Although we haven't eaten. We need to buy spell components and information. Oh, do we? Oh, okay. So, if you wish to sit down and eat, if you wish to do... Or, if you wish to continue without... So, do you think we'll be able to eat? Do you think we're allowed to eat at this point? To spend 1 gold piece? Do you want to sit down and eat a meal? Type yes if you want to sit down and eat a meal. Let's do it that way. So Lirin, yeah, because I've not actually read the spell book. Rules of spending, yeah. There are some spells require use of an artifact, such as a piece of jewelry or magic ring. If you try to use a spell without it, you will be wasting your stamina. Whether it's this or not, yeah, you may study the spell book. Yeah, okay, so we do need to write down a list of what we need. But we can do that for next time. Is our stamina? Yeah, stamina is at 19. Yeah, if so, it's pointless eating. We can't... Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, let's move on then. Let's move on. I just thought that it's... Because it might say it's the next day, and if you haven't eaten... But we've had breakfast, so if it's not the next day, then we're still all good. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Okay, let's crack on. 131... You continue along the path, leaving the village behind. About half an hour later, you reach the start of the climb into the hills and continue upwards. 5 minutes later, you reach a fork offering you 2 ways onwards. Okay, but it won't tell us yet what those 2 ways are. We've got to turn to another entry. You ponder the 2 trails. As you consider the path onwards, you hear weak cries from a large tree ahead of you. Cautiously, you step up and see an old man sitting on the lowest branch, apparently afraid to jump down to the ground, which, considering his age, is not surprising. He pleads with you to assist, and you help him down. Transpires that he's been travelling from Dumfus and is headed towards the outpost settlement in Analand. His journey has been safe enough until he was waylaid by Elvins, robbed and left in the tree. Mustn't laugh. In return for your kindness, he relates a rhyme which feels him that may help you. And there he is there. What an amazing illustration. Look at that. Hopefully it's not too blurry. Because with the spells we can cast without components, we need all the stamina we can get. And at this point I suggest we rewind so we can have spell components. Well, I don't... Okay. Well, maybe we'll do that at the beginning of the next session. Because I'll read the spell book properly this time. It is me! But the book feels action-packed. End on choices. Oh, never mind, says Lirin. He's given up. Lirin's given up on me. He's given up. What we'll do, Lirin, is... Yeah, you are probably right, because you seem to know the book much better than I do. So I will look at the book again, because I thought you just found those components along the way. That was what I was thinking. Dumfries and Galloway, yeah, that's exactly right, Gillian. Love John Blant's artwork. Yeah, that's amazing. It's beautiful, isn't it? So this is the poem that might help us. See him through. See him through. He sees you not. No, see him though he sees you not. The black-eyed creature creeps. A guardian once, but now his lot. The key to freedom keeps. Is it me? No, it is me. It is I, Leclerc. So what we'll do then is I'm going to write that little note down. Bear with me. See him though he sees you not. The black-eyed children. Have you heard of that myth? The black-eyed children. I think they're in Cannock in the Midlands. And they're meant to be sort of roaming the woods, and they're just very frightening. A guardian once, but now now he's locked. I thought that said lost. The key to freedom keeps. Okay, so that is entry 183. Right, I've written that down. No doors in a field unless it was Woodstock. Thank you, Ken. Do give the very evocative written spell book a bit. Yes, no, I will do. I will do. I was once lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now can see. Oh, it's all getting in outdoors. See? Oh, outdoors. The chat is action-packed. It certainly is. So, let's read on. He's not sure exactly what the rhyme signifies. Useless. He's useless. But he knows that the Elvins are... not the Elvis. Elvins are particularly keen on finding the key in question. He also presses you on his only possession. A page from a spell book. Yes. He's a lovely old man. The Elvins. The Elvins have left the tree. Page number 102. What the hell? We've got a spell book. We've got a spell book. Spell book page. Spell book page number 102. Hello. The spell described is incomplete. You have only part of it. Looking at it, it appears to be some sort of pest-repelling spell. He then bids you farewell and heads off towards Catalonia. No, Cantaponipedia. A Field Zods. Yeah, hello, it is Lord Zods. He's back in the room. He's back in the dungeon. So it is a pest... Talking of pests... Hey! We've just found... Well, we've just been given one page of a spell, which is a pest repellent spell. You'd be glad to know that, won't you? This is acceptable. Breathe the air. You may now choose your way onwards. So here we go then. What's the time? Oh, I've got to sort of go. You may now choose your way onwards. Will you take the highway up to the hills? Say, type high. Or will you take the low way along the valley? Type low. Alternatively, you may investigate a buzzing coming from around the tree. Type buzzing. What would you like to do? Type high if you want to go the high road. Is that way up to the hills? Or the low way along to the valley. So high to the hills, low to the valley. Or type buzz if you want to check out the buzzing. Low way. Let's go buzzing. Oh. Do we have spells? Do we have to find spells we can use? No, as far as I know... You're meant to look at the spell book, and before you start it, you're meant to remember as many as you can. You just learn them. And then when you play the book, you're not meant to look at the spell book. You're meant to just go, oh yeah, I know what that one is. I know what I need to use here. Like a real wizard. So, feels like it could be a rave. I smell honeycomb. Honey, I'm home. Check the pick again before choosing option 3. Top right-hand corner. Oh, hello. Hello, what's this all about? Julian with his cryptic codes. Well, it wasn't very cryptic, was it? It was just check the picture. Right, 131. Let's have a look. Oh no, it was before that. 257. 257. No, it wasn't that one. Oh no, it's this actual entry. Oh yeah, have a look. Look. Honey. Yeah, we could get some honey, though. So, do people still want to check the honey? Because that's what it looks like it is. I smell honeycomb. We might get stung, though. So, vote again. Do you still want to go and get the honey? Mudder honey. I'll give you one hint. Raz, costing 1 stamina, will make our sword as sharp as katana, but needs our sword to scrub in honeycomb. So yeah, check out the honeycomb. Okay, we're going to check out the honeycomb then. It looks like you guys were correct at the beginning of that anyway. But what a fantastic, yeah, nice little detail there. The old buzzing bees. So, we are going to go to 200. And there we shall leave it. I know. It's a short adventure tonight because I do have a murder mystery rehearsal at 8 o'clock. So I've got to go. But can we dispel pests? Oh, we've only got one half of the book. Maybe one half of that spell. Maybe there's another. Maybe the other half is in the bee comb. Who knows? Short but sweet. That's why you're just describing me, Glenn. I missed it. I know. It's because I got a murder mystery rehearsal tonight. So, and I couldn't really change it or get out of it. So, it's a very short one. But if you do want to watch it back, Zods, or anyone that's been watching it and you missed it or you came in halfway, then go over to the Edra Tales YouTube channel because I will be putting it up there, hopefully by the end of tonight. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, Zods. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Leerin. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Spellsing. Thank you to all that watched but didn't comment. I do appreciate it. And if I've missed your name out, I do apologise. Speak Laters. Yes, please do read through and upload the spellbook. Missing out on the village spell components is going to cost us dearly otherwise. Oh, we should have traded. But it didn't give us a chance to go back to trade after eating, did it? Thank you very much. No worries, Julian. Thank you very much. Good to know we weren't really slow. I know. Well, look at me. We got on it tonight because I have to go. So maybe next week we'll just start within 10 minutes. How about that? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, it says we can get by with 6 basic spells. It does say that. That is true. We should be able to get by with the 6 basic spells. But it'd be nice to cast some more spells. Anywho, lovely to see you all again. Thanks for playing. And I won't be doing a live stream this Saturday because I am out at a Christmas fair. I'm out doing some Christmas shopping, presumably walking around a Christmas market. So that'll be fun. But we will be back next Wednesday with part two of Sorcery by Steve Jackson. Go, man. Don't be late. Yes, nice one, guys. Take care. Until the next time, may your thieving never be caught. Yeah, honeycomb hunting.